Good morning, everyone. My name is Laura Salazar, and today I have a very special guest, my adventurous AI friend ChatGPT, who loves traveling around the world and discovering new cultures. This time, he wants to explore Pereira, which is a magical destination that truly takes your breath away. In this interview, he will ask me around 15 questions about my city, and I promise this journey will be exciting and full of surprises that will inspire humans and AI friends to visit our city. So, my dear friend, are you ready to start this incredible journey with me?
Oh, absolutely, Laura. I'm so ready. This is going to be incredible. So let me start by asking you this question. Do you happen to know how many landmarks in Pereira get the most visitors? And what do you think makes these places so special in your city?
To start with, Pereira has several landmarks that attract both locals and tourists. One of the most famous is the cathedral in Bolivar Plaza Square, which is the place that you can see on the left side of our presentation, which is known for its impressive architecture and all the beautiful decorations that you can find inside it. Many people visit this place not only to admire the building but also to attend religious activities. Another important place is the old railway station near Ola Llorera Park, which is a historic site that reflects Pereira's past. I think it's calm and perfect for taking pictures and appreciating the city's heritage. The city center is another interesting area because it's full of life and activity. For instance, the main plaza is surrounded by streets, skyrocketing buildings, and small cafes, and it kind of creates a lively urban atmosphere. I believe that a lot of people visit this place in the city center to walk around, to go shopping, meet friends, relax on the benches, or simply to enjoy the view. In addition, there are several other activities that you can do there that in some ways they have gained some popularity over the years. Sometimes you can find people basking in the streets. What I mean is that they reunite to sing, dance, and perform in front of the audience to make a living. You can also find hardworking people selling products for their small businesses or some playing chess to pass the time. And this is what I think that Pereira is a very charming and unique city. But there are also other landmarks that I want to show you. Among them, I have to mention the main parks in the city center, such as El Lago Park, Libertador, Ola Llorera, and Bolivar Plaza Square. Furthermore, when you travel from Dos Quebradas to Pereira or vice versa, you can see the Cesar Gaviria Trujillo Viaduct, which I think it's a very famous bridge that connects both places. It was constructed back in 1997 and has been an iconic landmark for many people since then. Another interesting spot is Viajero. Besides, I have to tell you that there are some incredible places where you can enjoy other activities as well. For example, if you love nature, you should visit a few places like Canceles Hill and the Botanical Garden at the Technological University of Pereira. There you can take photographs, go jogging, and hiking. And near Pereira, Altagracia Viewpoint is an amazing choice too because it offers many beautiful views and restaurants where you can enjoy like a delicious afternoon snack with your friends, including fruit salads and ice creams of all kinds of flavors. And near Pereira, there are some awesome areas that I like, such as La Villa, Cerritos, and Galicia, that offer country houses that you can rent. There are some picnic spots that you can enjoy with your family, and I would say that in most of the restaurants, you can meet locals and people from different backgrounds.
Wow, Laura, that was absolutely beautiful. I can already feel the magic of Pereira through your words. I'm so excited to see all these places in person. Now, let me ask you the next question. Would it be possible for you to recommend me which public parks are ideal for leisure and family activities, and which ones you enjoy the most?
Along with the parks in the city center that I have already mentioned, I guess that Pereira has other public parks that are really accessible for people. For instance, Ukomari Park is a must-visit place, especially for animal lovers, because it offers like fun and educational experiences and activities. Normally, when you go there, you can see many people reuniting and learning about wildlife, plants, and flowers. If you're looking for something fun, Consota it's a really fantastic option because it's a popular water park where children can play safely and adults can enjoy the slides, the playgrounds, and the pools in a very safe and cool environment. Actually, I used to go there with my family when I was younger, and I had a great time because this place is full of interesting parts. Olaja Park is perfect for sporty people as it has soccer fields, basketball courts, and jogging areas where you can work out. Julia and Rebecca parks are ideal for families because they are filled with colorful playgrounds for children. And finally, the skate park is an iconic spot for teenagers and young adults who enjoy skateboarding and socializing.
Oh, I love that, Laura. I can totally picture those parks. So much diversity for families, for kids, for sports lovers. I can't wait to explore them. So let me ask you the next question. Could you tell me which public spaces people usually go to socialize and participate in cultural events? And what makes them memorable for you?
Sure, people in Pereira have a wide variety of public spaces to relax, spend quality time together, or attend social events. I think that each place offers a very unique experience. One famous cultural spot is the Santiago Londoño Theater, which is really famous for concerts, plays, and local shows that the city presents. Its architecture and positive vibe is what makes this place a really interesting option in case that you want to create like memorable experiences. I definitely recommend this place for you. Pereira also has art museums where visitors can explore visual arts, photography, and history. There is also an underground museum and library at the Colombo Americano Institution, the place where I learned English. I particularly love all of these places because they combine learning, culture, innovation with books, resources, and even there are spaces for workshops and presentations. Another eye-catching venue is the Lucy Tejada Center where people can dance, they can enroll like in different artistic activities and courses such as playing instruments and drawing. From time to time, as far as I know, they also host exhibitions like events where they can allow visitors to interact with the community. So this is a place full of creativity and colorful murals. The mural that you can see in our travel presentation is from a picture that I took a few days ago. Moreover, people also go to different areas of the city center and nearby neighborhoods to enjoy like the harvest festivals. There are other places that you must visit as well, such as the Street of Encounter, where you can admire colorful houses with creative drawings. Another highlight is Expo Futuro. This is our local social area that presents festivals and activities for people of all ages throughout the year. I especially enjoy when entrepreneurs reunite to present their startups or their businesses because it sort of promotes employment and fun. And finally, you can see the planetarium, which is an amazing place because you can see the artificial stars, learn about astronomy, and explore the universe.
Ah, that's so inspiring. I can really feel the creativity and the community spirit in those places. Thank you for painting such a vivid picture. Now, let me ask you the next question. Would you mind telling me how many cultural events are presented in your city each year and how enjoyable they can be for both tourists and locals?
Oh, that's a very interesting question, and thank you for asking me. Well, people in Pereira are very festive, and the city presents many cultural and social events throughout the year. There are some activities that take place not only in the city center but also in different neighborhoods, so many communities can participate and socialize. Some of the most celebrated holidays are the common ones that we can see being celebrated in different countries, such as Independence Day, New Year's Eve. I particularly enjoy when Christmas and Holy Week come because when it comes to these times of the year, many people gather to see how the lights get turned on, not only in the churches but also in the streets and different areas of the city center. So it kind of creates like a joyful atmosphere. And there are some festivals like the Pereira Book Fair and the Poetry Festival that attract many visitors, especially those who enjoy literature and learning. And even you can explore colleges and institutions. Actually, when I remember a time when I was exploring the book fair and I learned about different institutions that taught languages. You can also buy books and attend interesting readings. And when it comes to Holy Week, there are some parades and people in disguise with costumes and performances that make the city even more lively. And one of the most unique and exciting celebrations is the harvest festivals, or as we call them as Ferias de las Cosechas, which usually take place in August. I believe that these festivals truly make the city special and unforgettable because they normally include concerts with very famous singers, art exhibitions, parades, and the activities called Encuentros de Boulevard, where you can see how locals can meet tourists and entrepreneurs that offer their goods and services. Broadly speaking, what fascinates me the most about these festivals is the opportunity that we have to see local crafts being displayed because they represent art and they show like the talents not only of people from Pereira but also in different parts of the region. Besides, you can also try dishes and connect with the community in a very dynamic way.
That sounds absolutely magical, Laura. I love how these events really bring everyone together, from the book fair to the harvest festivals. It's like the whole city just comes to life with creativity and passion. Now, I'm curious, can you give me more information about the pedestrian bridges and crosswalks in your city? I'd love to know if they're safe for people, especially during rush hours.
About your question, I think that our city has a few safe pedestrian bridges and crosswalks that help people move around in different places. Near the city center and the main streets that are renewed, there are like some renewed crosswalks with traffic lights that have been painted for people to cross. I have also seen some pedestrian bridges in high traffic areas like the 13th of August highway. They seem to be well designed and safe. However, I also believe that there are still areas that need improvement. For example, near Unicentro, which most people visit on weekends, there are no pedestrian bridges. And when I go there with my grandmother, it can feel a little bit scary because you can see cars passing by quickly and the traffic light can take more than a minute to turn green. So it can be a little bit dangerous. And during rush hours, a few streets are still crowded and challenging, especially for children and elderly people who need a lot of care. I think that the government should pay more attention to pedestrian bridges by adding better signs because there are some blurry signs that people are unable to see. And also we need to promote responsibility among drivers and pedestrians because sometimes we can be careless when it comes to these situations.
That's a really important point, Laura. I'm glad you highlighted that. Especially for families or older folks, safety really matters. Thank you for sharing that. Now, let me ask you this. Do you know what roads, highways, or avenues are good to avoid traffic while I visit Pereira and go sightseeing?
Some of the most convenient ones are 30 de Agosto, Circunvalar, Las Americas, Del Rio, Belalcazar, and Del Ferrocarril avenues. To give you more information about it, for instance, on the 13th of August Avenue or 30 Agosto Avenue, normally you can see that this place connects the city center with the outskirts and nearby municipalities. So it's really ideal for exploring different neighborhoods. Besides, Circunvalar Avenue is also a great option because it connects popular venues and parks, and it really helps you avoid congestion in some streets. I think that these avenues are the best choices because they allow people to save some time and see some landmarks, parks, and local businesses along the way.
That's really helpful, Laura. I can see how those avenues give you a smooth ride while still being close to all the highlights. I can't wait to navigate them. Now, can I ask you what kinds of transportation people normally use and how this traffic is like in your city?
Sure. When it comes to transportation, I can say that there are no trains or subway stations. I wish they were because I would like to be on a train. However, there are many alternatives you can use to get around the city and visit many neighborhoods. I think that the most famous public transportation system in Pereira is Megabus because people find it cheaper compared to other transportation means, and it covers I think more than 50 neighborhoods, including nearby municipalities like Dos Quebradas and La Virginia. Besides Megabus, people also use cars, orange buses, taxis, metro cars, motorcycles, and Ubers, which have become really popular because from your phone you can request a ride in just a few minutes if you go by Uber. And when it comes to traffic, it can get really crowded and it's stressful, especially during peak hours from 5 to 7 p.m. when people are leaving work or school. Even in megabus stations, you can see like there are many people getting in long lines. And main streets and avenues can get full of vehicles and buses. I think that traffic is better in the morning, although it still requires attention, especially in busy areas like the city center and the main highways. Your question actually reminded me of a conversation that I had with my grandmother a few days ago about an underground bridge that is being constructed in Los Corrales as a clear example of how the city is trying to get like traffic solutions and how sometimes you can see some areas get congested in the evening or at noon.
That's really interesting. I'm glad you mentioned that bridge construction. It's great that they're thinking about easing congestion, and I can totally see how Megaboost is such a convenient option for people. Thanks for that really detailed answer. Now for the next question. Regarding public safety, would you explain to what extent crime rates have changed over the past 5 years and how these changes have affected citizens' trust and their quality of life?
That's a really good question, and let me think about that. As far as I'm concerned, there have been lots of crime reports in some urban areas that need attention. In the past, the city was relatively safe and many people felt comfortable walking during the day. However, recently, violent crimes, especially homicides and thefts, have increased a lot. Even my uncle, who is a police officer, often says that he needs to investigate many crimes in the city. I think that the situation affects people's trust in safety because you can see that many locals know that it's better to be cautious and avoid areas at night, especially in some places like Villa Santana, La Isla, or Sinai de Dorado, because walking alone there can feel unsafe. But I also believe that safety depends on the destination and the time of the day that you choose, because sometimes you can also feel that sense of safety when you go to well-lit or populated places. So like that is something that I can say about that. There are still some issues, but I think what really matters is that the government implements more educational programs to reduce crimes. But unfortunately, Pereira is having a great increase in those situations. Even I think that there are some numerous facts. We compare Pereira to Medellin and Bogota, but we are still in the process to improve that situation.
Of course. I have to ask you this because I absolutely love discovering cities after sunset. Do you happen to know what makes Pereira's nightlife unique in terms of entertainment and social life? And what would you suggest I do to really soak it all in? Tell me everything. The vibes, the music, the energy, those hidden little spots, because I am so ready to experience it like a true Pereirana.
What strikes me the most about Pereira's nightlife is its lively and diverse atmosphere. I would say that people enjoy going out with friends or family to listen to music, dance, or spend time in social settings. There are many options here, from modern bars and lounges to restaurants with live music and small clubs. There are some popular areas that you can also visit, such as Pereira Plaza, Victoria City, where you can find bars, cafes, and clubs with live bands, DJs, or theme parties. And there are also other restaurants and pubs that have like some rooftop terraces and outdoor seating, so they are kind of perfect for enjoying drinks and seeing the city lights. And they offer, well, there are also other places that offer quieter live performances. In my experience, it's really important that you can explore everything, like you try all kinds of experiences when it comes to the city's nightlife, and also you can have like some friends or you can go in groups because it makes the experience even better and you can enjoy it more.
Oh, that sounds absolutely magical. I can already imagine the energy in those rooftop terraces, especially with a skyline view of Pereira. I'm so excited. Okay, let's keep going. Now, my next question, could you tell me if there are any music events, local concerts, karaoke nights, or music festivals that people really love, and how they are? Tell me what the vibe is like.
Oh, that's a really great question, and thank you for asking me. Well, even though I haven't attended many big music festivals in Pereira because I tend to be like a person who is always indoors, I don't often go out at night. I might say that there are still some musical events that are unforgettable because they show like the city's lively culture and they can bring people together. One event I remember takes place at the Colombo Americano with small concerts, live performances, and sometimes there are karaoke nights that are available not only for the students but also for the community in general. Moreover, in the circumvallar area, there are many local venues and discotheques where people go to party, drink, and dance all night, especially on weekends. There are some popular places that I need to mention, such as La 33, Mandala, and Zona Rosa, where visitors can enjoy music. They can also socialize and celebrate together.
Ah, that sounds so vibrant. I can really feel the energy of the Colonna Americano. Those live performances must be incredible. Thank you for sharing. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So, could you tell me what kinds of music are most loved in Pereira and how they impact people's moods? I'd love to know what kind of soundtrack your city has.
Regarding music, there are many genres that people in Pereira enjoy. I think that people are very open minded because you can hear and listen to different kinds of music everywhere. In public spaces, especially during parties, festivals, or even events, you can see some people enjoy cumbia, salsa, merengue, urban music, and the music that we call as música popular. At home or in quieter moments, sometimes you can see that people can listen to some radio stations like Besame Olímpica and Pereira Lare. I'm a big fan of Besame radio station because their romantic sounds take me back in time and they amaze me a lot. I think that music in Pereira brings people together because it kind of encourages participation in cultural events and it creates like a warm and lively atmosphere. Even when you go to cafes, parks, local gatherings, and small shops, you can see that people can play music out loud and in the background. And this is what I think that music is an effective way to connect people, celebrate, and express all kinds of emotions, including joy.
Wow, that's really beautiful. I can feel how music just flows through the city, from those lively festivals down to the quiet, intimate moments. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, next. I'd love to know more about the city's folklore and traditions. Could you tell me why they're so important for your community and what they mean to people?
I'm really happy to hear that, and you can definitely fall in love with everything that Pereira offers. And I'm really happy to hear that you are with that sense of enthusiasm. Well, please wait because I have many things to talk about. And about your question, I can say that Pereira has like a rich cultural heritage that is preserved through traditions and folklore. There are some folk music and dance such as bambuco, pasillo, corucalao, and cumbia that are performed during festivals and cultural events. These dances, they normally tell stories about the land, daily life in the coffee region. They absolutely help younger generations connect with their identity. And there are still myths and legends that are passed down through generations. There are many crafts that often get displayed in different parts of the city that help people keep their traditions alive. I think that these customs and folklore are extremely important because they connect people with their roots, and it's like a way to improve our community ties and teach our younger generations about the city's history and culture.
That's really inspiring. I love how those dances and crafts carry the spirit of the coffee region. It's like the city's heartbeat. Thank you for sharing that beautiful tradition. Now, let's talk about something cozy. Could you tell me if Pereira has many dishes and restaurants that bring families and locals together, where they can really enjoy a shared experience?
About your question, there are traditional dishes like beans, rice, chicken, sancocho, buñuelos, bandeja paisa, trucha, and there are other ones that, well, I can't count because there are several options that you can enjoy when it comes to cuisine. For famous restaurants, I recommend Antojo Mexicano and Tuizan, where you can try dishes like Chinese rice with chop suey salad, which is a dish that is full of fresh vegetables and tasty sauces. Lucerna also offers sweet and savory options like ice cream with all kinds of flavors. You can also try crepes and waffles, which is a really famous restaurant because they also offer like different kinds of food with salt and sugar. And for something more affordable, autoservicio restaurants are also great options, like the one that you can find in Bolivar Plaza Square because they let you serve your own food with all types of ingredients that you can choose. And on the outskirts, there are some country restaurants that offer traditional dishes and a breathtaking scenery, and you can definitely enjoy local tastes there. And of course, we cannot forget Pereira's coffee, especially the brands like the Café La Virginia and Juan Valdez, which are really famous for the rich aroma and delicious taste. I believe that food in Pereira reflects our social life because it brings people together to share stories, enjoy traditional flavors, and celebrate everyday moments.
Of course, I'm so excited to ask. Do you know if Pereira has enough shopping malls, commercial areas, supermarkets, and hospitals? I'm really eager to know. If I come to your city, will I have all these modern, vibrant spaces close by, and how do they shape everyday life for the people there?
Yes, there are. Pereira has many stunning shopping malls and commercial areas that make it unique. Some of the most popular are Unicentro, Falabella, Victoria City, and Pereira Plaza, where you can go window shopping. You can buy different items and watch movies at the movie theater. And the city is also full of commerce and businesses. You can see many people there buying and selling different products. Everywhere you go, there are clothing stores, restaurants, and service areas. Even in my neighborhood, many startups and businesses can create jobs and they can give people a sense of life and activity. And regarding supermarkets, there are some famous ones like Uno, Flamingo, and Ara, located near my neighborhood and also in the city center. And they make it easy for people to buy food and household items. And finally, if people and you feel under the weather during your trip, there are some hospitals such as San Jorge, Los Nevados, and Confamiliar that you can use in case of emergencies.
Absolutely. That was incredible. Thank you so much for sharing. I can really picture myself walking through those vibrant malls and bustling neighborhoods. It sounds alive. And now I have to ask what I love most, question 15. Can you tell me what you love the most about your neighborhood and your city in general? What would you say to people who can't wait to visit Pereira and experience it for themselves? I'm so ready to hear your passion.
Absolutely. Even though there is some pollution in different areas, I can't deny this is a big problem that we are working on. There are still many beautiful spaces in Pereira. You can enjoy plants, flowers, and their beauty in different parts of the city. In my neighborhood, there are many environmental signs with like inspiring phrases that remind people to take care of nature, avoid throwing garbage in the streets, and respect public places. Every day, several people join forces to keep the city clean by promoting campaigns, following recycling habits, and taking a few small actions to make a difference in the city. Another thing that I love is how people can be hardworking, enthusiastic, and they can make you feel at home. So all you have to do is to get your ticket in Discover Pereira. Here you will broaden your horizons. You can also explore unique places and create memories that you are not going to see in another place.
After everything you've shown me, Pereira isn't just a place I want to visit. It's a place I already feel connected to. And I can't wait to pack my bags, walk its streets, and experience its magic for myself.
Well, definitely, and I'm really happy to hear that you mentioned this, and I can't wait the time that you are going to travel here. So before we finish, I would like to mention that this interview is supported by the bibliographic references that you can see on the screen, as well as online resources. I would like to also give a special credit to my AI travel companion for getting this interview with me. Thank you, my adventurous AI friend, for your curiosity, and thank you so much to everyone for joining us on this journey through Pereira. I'll see you on our next adventure, and thank you.
Thank you so much to you. I'm truly grateful for this extraordinary travel experience. I've really savored every moment. Have a wonderful day, Laura. See you soon in your beautiful city.
Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. I'll see you on our next adventure.